Have you ever thought about what you will want once you have the thing that you're wanting now? If you never have, that's totally understandable, but that is what we are going to be exploring in today's episode. Get ready because I am here to bend your brain. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Manifesting Millions podcast, where we talk about manifestation, money, and practical guidance to creating your dream reality. My name is Amy Van Meel, and I am an experienced coach and transformation guide, obsessed with helping you get out of your own way and create a life that blows your mind each day you wake up. My goal in this podcast is to share practical manifestation, self-awareness, and growth techniques in real talk conversations. So if you're ready to massively transform your reality, your finances, your relationships, and your overall enjoyment of life, you are in the right place. I am absolutely delighted that you're here with me today, babe. Let's get into it. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to the Manifesting Millions podcast. I am your host of the most, Amy. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I was driving on the highway yesterday. I took myself out for a little treat. I went skiing I only was on the ski hill for about 90 minutes yesterday, but it felt so good to be out in the mountains. It was such a beautiful day. The snow felt so great. It was just such a wonderful thing. And then on my drive back into the city, I was like going through all the errands that I needed to run. And I was listening to an audiobook. I can't remember for sure. But there was something that I heard through my speakers that just kind of like stopped my brain for a minute. Now I'm navigating highway traffic. So I was like, okay, I got to hit pause so that I can actually focus on traffic. And then I want to process this through. And I don't remember what it was exactly that I heard. So sorry if you're like already sitting with bated breath, waiting to like, Amy, what were the words? I can't tell you. What I can tell you is this. I've been in the process of aligning my energy with a level of income that I have not yet created through a business. Or at least I shouldn't say that I've not yet consistently created. I've actually created this level once or twice, I think, before, but it hasn't been consistent and it hasn't been in this current iteration of my business. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I had two interior design businesses prior to what I'm doing today, one in Winnipeg, one in Calgary. And now I'm only doing interior design work for people who know how to get a hold of me. So if you're in the Calgary area and you're like, hey, I want you to come help me with my design project, well, you got to know how to get a hold of me. So anyway, I digress. So I'm aligning my energy and my vibration. I'm doing all the words that all the fancy teachers tell us to do. And I was like, okay, what is this going to look like? So I've been doing this for some time. I don't remember when I started, and it doesn't really matter. It's been a very interesting journey as I've been shifting my energy. I recorded a whole video on this that will be going out on YouTube in a week and a half. If you have not yet checked out my YouTube channel, highly recommend, not just because I want you to go see it and like help me with the views and stuff, but I currently am sharing slightly different content on YouTube than I do here on the podcast. So you'll get different kinds of insights, and they're a little shorter, they're a little snappier, and I tend to be a little bit more focused when I'm doing the YouTube videos. So I have a whole video coming out in 10 days' time that talks about a more deeper version of this journey of shifting and aligning my beliefs and my energy. So as I'm driving back into town yesterday and I'm navigating the highway and these words resonated in my brain, what it got me to do was to start to think about all I have been envisioning is this particular level of income. And I've been envisioning it from where I am now to this level of income. But the question had me thinking, when I have this level of income, what is it that I want next? Now, this is something that I've heard Amanda Francis talk about, I feel like forever ago, that she shared a little snippet of, when she's in the process of creating something, she will go into the state of, okay, I've already had it, and now what am I wanting next? I didn't fully understand it. I understand conceptually, and I'm sure as you're hearing these words, you're understanding conceptually what I mean, but energetically is a completely different experience. And that's the part that I'm going to unpack for you today. So, all of a sudden, from this place of allowing myself to really feel into, okay, I have this level of income. At this level of income, it means that like my business is doing a nice job creating consistent revenue. It means that I've got clients and students coming in. It means that through its natural flow, credit cards are paid off, lines of credit are paid off, bills are paid off, groceries are paid off, like all the things. These are the things that my brain goes through, like, but what about this? And what about this? So I just give it the clarity to say, okay, brain, I hear you. All of these things are all taken care of, and we are still consistently making this income. So, what is it that we want next? And I got to tell you, I put a lot of miles on my car before anything started to percolate through. It kind of shocked me, actually. I thought, no, I have a list. I have a whole list of like all these things that I desire to create in my life, and I know that like lots of different things come at different income levels, and some are going to take more time than others, and that's all fine. But the energetic state of I already have this income that I'm desiring, and now what is it that I'm wanting to manifest and create in my life? That shift is both very subtle, but almost a little bit jarring isn't quite the right word, but a little disorienting. Perhaps that's a better word to describe it. Because, and this is what I think is so key, what I have been becoming aware of is that all of my life so far, my financial goals, my desired experiences, the visions that I've been holding have been coming from a root place of, how do I say this? Moving out of an experience that I don't desire into an experience that I do desire. Now, this is like literally, it's manifestation in 101. Okay. It's what do I want 101. The first place that we start is, well, if I don't like what I'm having now, what do I want? The challenge with that is, if that's all that we can see, if we continue to hold our vision there, and this is the part that's been really blowing my mind as this clarity has been rolling through, then in order to continually feel that sense of like, okay, it's on its way, we need to be continually holding the experience of exactly what we don't want in place. Let me say this differently because I feel like that might have been confusing. If we are in a place, and money is the easiest way to explain this. So if we are in a place, and we have been for the majority of our life, where we have had just enough to get by, but we certainly are not living in any kind of overflow or excess. We are paying our bills, but like maybe just, or especially with all the crazy shit that's happening in the world right now, perhaps you've been laid off, let go, fired, whatever that looks like for you, and you have some money coming in, but it's not enough to cover everything. So you're now using leveraged money, such as credit cards, lines of credit, loans, whatever that could look like for you. Perhaps you're borrowing it from family or from a spouse, right? Whatever. The point is, you're in this space of you have maybe enough to cover everything, but not enough to expand to the level that you're wanting, or you are in a state where you are needing to leverage resources, which essentially is like borrowing money from your future to help you move through the now. There is zero shame in any of that. I want to just make that so fucking clear, because holy moly, does the world like to tell us that it's shameful to do that. And my tiny little sidetrack here is to tell you that all of the multimillionaires in the world leverage credit to get forward. We talk about this inside Wealthy as Fuck. Okay, so let me come back. All right. I just want you to hear that like leveraging money and using credit is not a bad thing. So here's what I'm trying to say. If we are in this state and we have the vision of what we want to create. So let's say right now you're making $20,000 a year and your desire is to make $100,000 a year. And part of that desire is because you want to get out of the constant, call it hand to mouth situation that your finances are holding you in at the $20,000 level. So you know, you've done the math, you've crunched the numbers, you've looked at everything. You know that at $100,000 a year, you will have not only enough to cover all of your like living expenses and everything else, you'll have money to put into savings. You'll potentially have money to go on like vacation. It makes more things possible for you. So we start thinking about and aligning our energy into, I want to be the person that has $100,000 income, right? Or $100,000 salary. I want to say that, I want to keep using that word just because it makes it a little bit more clear. So this is the energy that we're coming from. If you think about it now, if you just like follow the mental pathway with me right now, you are currently earning 20,000. The desire to earn 100,000 is what you're focusing on. But where you are starting from is the energy of someone who is earning $20,000. When we start to, and this is what was so powerful yesterday, when we start to shift into, I am the person who already has the desired income, what do I want next? It actually feels completely different in the body. It's really difficult to describe. I will endeavor to bring more clarity to it over the next few episodes for you as that comes through for me. But what it felt like was a completely different energetic state. I could feel my body felt almost tingly. It felt lighter in a way. It felt a little bit like, you know, when you watch like sci-fi movies or like space movies and stuff where they're like, we just shifted into a parallel universe. And they're like, it doesn't feel quite the same, but like everything looks the same. That's the closest way that I can think to describe this particular experience. What I recognized in that moment was that I have been coming at every single one of my goals. And this makes sense because this is how we would operate, right? We are consciously seeing the feedback of everything that is around us. We are contrasting that with the desired experience that we want to have. And we are doing our level best to project our energy, our thoughts, and our emotions into the experience of having the thing that we desire to have. But when I started to play with, okay, so I already have this, and now what do I want? It was crazy that it took quite a while before anything would start to come through. And I was like, oh my God, I don't actually know. What would I want? Like, what would that look like? It was so completely outside of me. And I realize it sounds probably really hilarious and maybe a little idiotic because you're like, Amy, don't you fucking teach about money and manifestation and all those things? And yes, I do. And this is why I always like to bring these moments of like real clear honesty with you on the podcast, Because even though I deeply know the work and I teach the work, I've been definitely like fully integrated in the work for so long, obviously there is still things to learn, and may there always be, because holy moly, if I have learned everything that I'm ever going to learn in life, I feel like the next 40 to 50 years is going to be boring as fuck. So like let's keep learning cool shit. I just think that that would be way more interesting. What I'm encouraging you to walk away with this week is to take a look at the desires that you are working your way towards. Notice, what is it? How do you feel? Like, what's the energy that you feel in your body when you envision having that desire, right? Start there so you have some clarity. Then, what I'm encouraging you to do is, as the person who already has that desire, what do you desire next? And allow that experience to unfold for you. Don't force it. Don't like pull out your list of like, okay, well, so then I want this thing. So if I want to be, I don't know, 30 pounds less than I am now. So when I've released 30 pounds and now I only weigh 110 pounds, I'm making shit up here. And then I only weigh 110 pounds. Then the next thing I'm going to manifest in is a Gucci bathing suit. That would be awesome. Okay, so there's no shame if that's the desire, but I want you to really think about the space of you are that experience. And what is it that you actually want? Because I'm going to guess that, for example, using the weight release one, when you hit 110 pounds, if that's where you're going, then potentially the Gucci bathing suit is going to be like the first thing that you buy, right? I don't know. I don't even know if Gucci makes bathing suits. I don't know why Gucci is the first thing that came into my head. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. The point is, you want to like allow yourself to sit into that experience and notice what the experience is within your body. Notice if you find yourself suddenly going, wait, I actually don't know what I would want next. It's fine if you start working through the checklist, but really put yourself in the place of, I have it now. And what would be the next thing that I would start thinking about? What will be the next thing, assuming that this thing is going to stay in place? The weight release is done. The income is coming in consistently. The promotion is in hand and you're like leading in a bigger way. That thing is already done. And now what is it that you're creating? Now, I'm showing you exactly how I'm doing this alignment work every single day. I'm going to be doing it for 30 days. Specifically, I'll be dropping a video every single day for the course, over the course of 30 days, inside my brand new experience that I have also creatively titled 30 Days to $8,000. What I think bears, I feel like I've said this a lot, but then I have to remind myself that you aren't in my head all the time. So maybe you've only never heard me say this, or maybe you've only heard me say this one time. The current income goal that I am working on, which is why the experience is titled this way, is $8,000 of income in my business. That said, if you are not ready for $8,000 of income, if you want more than $8,000 of income, if you want something entirely different than $8,000 of income, this experience is still going to be very, very, very transformative for you. What happens is on the inside, you'll get recorded videos from me doing either my morning alignment. So every morning I do an alignment like session. It's the best way I suppose to describe it. I will do belief shifting. So sometimes that happens through journaling. One of the levels to join inside the experience includes me sending you, two of them include me sending you the journaling prompts. So when I do journaling, so I use journaling for a deeper, more, how do I want to say this? I'll call it a more emotional clearing. And often I'll use journaling as like, because lots of workbooks for different programs that I follow or books that I'm reading will have journaling prompts, right? So if you're on the second or third tier of joining me, you'll get the journaling prompts. I also do what I call recalibration throughout the day. So, great example. I think it was last week. I've forgotten exactly what day it was, and it doesn't matter. I was feeling some kind of way. I was having not the best day. I feel like the morning was like all fine, and then things started to slip off the rails in the afternoon, and my mood went with it. My focus went with it, and I'm like, what the fuck is even happening right now? And what happens in those moments when that stuff starts to happen in our lived experience, it can drag us right off the path of and into really unproductive thinking. So unproductive shit coming up like nobody fucking wants to hear me. I can't figure this out fast enough. I'm wasting all of my time today. I'm, whatever. I'm not good enough. I'm not clear enough, etc. What happens is if we don't, I don't want to say catch, I want to say that differently. If we allow ourselves to expand that line of thinking and that line of emotions, it actually means, so now we're having to like haul our asses back up into what it is that we're trying to do. When we are endeavoring to shift our reality in some way, it's not that you need to like police your thoughts with like militant precision, but it is to, I think Amanda Francis calls it the gentle observer. Catherine Zinkina has a word for it too, and I can't remember exactly what the word is that she uses, but we are essentially paying attention to our thoughts and monitoring in a way for when they start to take a hard left and you're like, whoa, what the fuck just happened? A minute ago I was feeling fine and now I want to punch somebody. And sometimes this is hormonal. Boys have no idea. Sorry, girls. We definitely are like, what the hell just happened? I just feel like I got hijacked. So when that happens, not if, but when, it is helpful for us to understand how to recalibrate, how to use, this is something that like, oh my goodness, I think every single one of my programs has this infused inside it, is leveraging the experiences as like fuel for the transformation. Here's what I mean by that. When let's say I was building a web page, and as I'm building it, the copy isn't quite coming. I just feel like all the words that I'm putting out on the screen are just all crap, and I'm like, nobody's gonna fucking wanna. They're not going to be interested in this. They're not going to, take the initiative to join me inside the program or sign up for the freebie or whatever. When that stuff starts coming up, it's so easy to derail the work that we're doing. And then when even if you take a break and you come back, all that stuff is still sitting there. But when we can leverage that moment and leverage that experience and pull out a little bit from like the immediate lived reality and go, okay, hang on just a minute. Is there perhaps something here that is asking and ready to be cleared out and released? Because what I've been becoming more and more aware of over the last little while is that when we desire to create something new, something different, something more expanded into our life, of course, stuff that isn't going to serve us to get there has to go. But it's not like if there's a super clear neon sign that's pointing you and says, this thing right here, this is the part that you got to get rid of. It shows up in funky thoughts, in weird emotions, in bizarre moments happening in your day where you're just like, what the fuck just happened? I was having a great day, and now I just feel like I'm a complete loser and a failure, right? Those things showing up are the pieces that are asking to be released, let go, transmuted, and like moved on from. So inside the 30 days to $8,000, I almost said 30 days to 30 days. Inside 30 days to $8,000, you'll actually get videos of me doing the shifting. And I do them audibly. It's like you'll see a video of me just like talking to myself, which I will say candidly feels fucking weird to do because it's a very like private internal thing that I do. I don't even like talking myself through with like my husband's in the house. So anyway, you're really getting a peek on the back end. But you'll see how I actually shift this shit, the garbage, the stuff that is showing up. And you'll see the language that I use. You'll see how the energy in my body shifts. All the videos are captioned so that you can practice along with me. The intent behind this experience for you is that you really can understand the how of getting into alignment, becoming a vibrational match, stepping into the space of being the person that already has the thing you desire. And how do we do this on the daily? Because something that I feel like is missing from so many manifestation like courses, programs, books, audios, whatever, is the actual, like, how the fuck do we do this day in, day out? It sounds wonderful. It's like, okay, well, we just align our thoughts. And then we're like, all right, well, that should be easy enough. And then the next thing you know, like the dog is crapped on the floor. Your husband forgot to pick up the dry cleaning. It's raining outside. Your neighbor is like banging on your door because they don't like how you left your garbage cans overnight. And it's like not even 9 o'clock in the morning. And you're just like, I'm fucking over everything. Right? Like, I'm not here. I'm putting up a close sign. The whole world can just leave me the fuck alone. I will try again tomorrow. That is the stuff that I feel doesn't get talked about super clearly. So we don't have a great example that we can learn from and move forward with. And then how do we acknowledge what is actually happening in our life from a place that has no fear attached of like, oh God, I don't want to talk about this because I don't want to create more of it. But how do we acknowledge what is feeling real and true for us and also move out of it? So all of that is what's included inside the 30 days to $8,000. Pre-enrollment is open right now. You can start for as little as $5. $27 gets you all the videos and the journal prompts sent to your email, and $47 gets you all the videos, the journal prompts, and I'm just going to tell you right now, I think this is the best friggin' deal ever, 4 live coaching calls with me. So we'll do some group coaching once a week over that 30 days so that you can bring all of the questions that you have about your own alignment, the words that you're using, the shit that's coming up, the funky junk that like is like, what is happening here? You can get spotlight coaching. You can learn from what others are asking about as well. You can ask me about, Amy, you said blah, 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 blah in the video on Tuesday. What did that mean? Can you talk us through, like, how did you come up with that? Those kinds of things. So you get 4 live calls with me spread over the month. So once a week, of course, for 4 weeks. And we are going to, my whole goal for you is that when we finish, you will have, so first of all, you'll have lifetime access. So you can go back and like keep listening to the videos, keep practicing, keep working the shifts. But my goal for you is that you are now finally moving the marker. You are literally building momentum on the desire that you want to have in your life. So if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been wondering like, is anything that I'm doing fucking working? If you're feeling like it seems to be taking forever or it doesn't seem to be coming at all, certainly if you feel like you're the only person in your life that is intent on creating something more, something better, something more expansive for your life, then this is a really, really wonderful experience for you to jump into because you will be in there with like-minded people who are also expanding their world. And I've kept the pricing specifically very, very, very approachable so that in all of the shit that is happening in the world today, I did not want someone to come here and go, oh my God, that sounds amazing and I can't afford it. So it's really, really approachable. And like I said, you get lifetime access. I hope that today's episode has helped you create some clarity, helped you create some shift. I would love to hear from you if it has done so, or if you have any questions. There's a Google form if you want to submit questions to the podcast. It's always in the show notes. I think it's just a Google form link. I don't think it's a fancy URL. So go click Go click the link in the show notes if you would like to submit a question to the podcast, and I will answer it. If this episode has been helpful, I would love so much if you have not yet, please rate the podcast, share this episode out. If you share it on the socials, be sure to tag me so I can celebrate you and say thank you. I think that's everything. I hope that you have a fucking awesome day. I am going to join my ladies group for some running tonight and pray to all that is holy that I will make it, because holy smokes, those girls fucking move and I am not feeling up to a super fast run tonight. So here's hoping I don't die. And on that note, I will see you next week. Bye for now. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you loved what you heard today, be sure to share it with me by leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform and help me reach more like-minded people who are ready to expand their life. If you haven't yet followed me on social media, find me on Instagram for extra love and inspiration by following @AmyVanMeal or visit my website at amyvanmeal.com. I love you so much, babe, and I am damn proud of you. I am already excited to connect in the next episode. And in the meantime, believe in yourself with the confidence of a 5-year-old.